Finally, they're attacking the important issues, y'all. Donald Trump really going to get the egg prices down with this executive order that bans transgender people from sports. Yay! We did it, folks. That one high school trans person in Mississippi. Fuck you! Yeah, and like the 20 across the nation. No more sports for you guys. So good. He surrounded himself with children. Because of course he did. Meanwhile, speaking of eggs, remember, folks, I'm voting for Donald Trump because of inflation, okay? I don't even like a lot of things about him. He's arrogant. He's rude. I wish he'd calm himself down and not be such a bragger. But it's the egg prices that I'm really worried about. It's Joe Biden's fault. Well, next thing you know, hey, over at IHOP, this is the Waffle House, even fucking worse. Waffle House got a 50-cent per egg surcharge per egg, y'all.
Just got a little bit more expensive. The locally found food chain just confirmed they have added a 50-cent charge to each egg used in an order. Atlanta News First, Madeline Montgomery, live outside of Buckhead
And not
Waffle
a
House.
single
Madeline,
maggot cares because nothing they said meant anything. Their words mean fucking nothing. And here's another person who just got their face eaten by the leopards. Venezuelan Americans in South Florida who voted for Trump react to him rescinding TPS for 350,000 Venezuelans.
Press conference in Doral Monday, Venezuelan Americans denounced the Trump administration and South Florida Republicans.
More than betrayed. Beyond betrayed. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that he was not going to touch the documented people.
They told you that you were going to be deported? Well, I think I speak for everybody when I say, die! Shut the fuck up and die, okay? Nobody needs to hear from me, you fucking morons. If you believe Donald Trump, get deported, go back to wherever he fucking sent you, and die. I can't, I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck. You killed him. I used to have fucks. I used to have a couple, but you guys killed them, so whatever. And I told you they're kicking up the concentration camps. Breaking. U.S. military has flown illegal immigrants to Guantanamo Bay for the first time. Yep. 30,000. And just like that, America has a concentration camp. I mean, we already had it. They were already sending some immigrants over there. Biden was, but it wasn't anywhere near what Trump's talking about doing. 30,000 people. There are not 30,000 violent immigrants that they're going to round up, folks. It's very clear what is happening here. They're putting this in place for us to round up anybody that speaks out. Now, they'll probably charge us with crimes first. They'll figure something out. They'll charge us as traitors or something.
So our Secretary of State, Marco Rubio.
This is terrifying, folks. Here's Tizzy talking about Marco Rubio going over and making a deal with El Salvador to house American citizens in the worst jails on earth.
Went to El Salvador and met with the president of El Salvador to talk to him about and tour his prisons that he has there. The president has been pretty proud of this. He's built these prisons where he basically just packs gang members into them.
Yep.
And I do mean packs.
Look at this fucking shit. Look. And there's a reason they're talking about sending American citizens over there. They're trying to scare us, y'all, but can you imagine what's going to happen to any American citizen like you or me that gets sent over there? It's rape all day long. They're going to rape you all day long. You're going to kill yourself because it's going to be 24/7 rape. I'm not going. I would definitely, I'm going to try to flee the country before this happens, folks. But I wouldn't be honest if I wasn't saying that I'm a little bit frightened by this. It's very clear what is happening here, folks. It's very clear they're trying to scare us. Now, whether they're going to go through it or not, I don't fucking know, but it seems likely.
Tinned fish. Just literally jammed in there. This looks horrible and completely inhumane. But of course, not shockingly, President Trump thinks this looks awesome. So Marco Rubio went there to tell the president of El Salvador how impressed President Trump is. And the president of El Salvador was like, that's great, man. I'm so glad that he likes it. I tell you what, you deport anybody in your country who's not there legally, who's from El Salvador, you send them here. I'll make sure they get into one of these prisons. You don't need to hold them in a prison there. You send them to me. I'll put them in one of our prisons. And Marco Rubio was like, nice. Then the president was like, I'll tell you what, I'll go one further. You send me anyone that you're deporting, anyone from any other country. They don't have to be from El Salvador. Rather than put them in your prisons, send them to me. I'll put them in my prisons. You'll pay me for it, but I'll put them in my prisons. And Marco Rubio was like, nice. And then the president goes, I tell you what, I'll go even further than that. You can send me U.S. citizens and I'll put them in my prisons. And Marco Rubio was like, whoa, dude, chill. It's one thing to take deportees from El Salvador, even from somewhere else, and put them in your prisons. But we're not going to put U.S. citizens into one. Just kidding. He said, nice. And then he struck a monumental, groundbreaking deal to have El Salvador get paid to house prisoners for us. Theoretically,
It's so grim, folks. He's already a dictator. No one is going to stand up to him. Nobody is going to stop this. It's only a matter of how bad it gets. And yes, El Salvador agrees to house U.S. citizens in its jail, folks. And you would think, hey, no, the Democrats are going to fight back. No, the Supreme Court. Nope, they sure aren't. Democrats not going to save you. Supreme Court already says it's above the law. Elon Musk loves it. President Elon, great idea. Yeah, I can't wait to send all our political enemies. He's already saying that anybody who reveals the identities of the people hacking our government are breaking the law. They're going to send anybody who dares tell the truth about what the government does to foreign prisons to be raped to death, y'all. Mark my words. I hope I'm fucking full of shit, y'all, but I've been right about so much so far. And this is what making yourself a pariah state to the rest of the world gets you. This is what bullying your allies, making everybody fucking hate you. Colombia president orders national oil company to cancel an $880 million venture. Over in Canada, Justin Trudeau wants to revive UK-Canada trade talks. They're all trying to distance themselves from America. We were once their ally, but now they know that we're not their friend anymore. And so what they're going to do is they're going to find new friends, have trading partnership with different countries, and all it's going to do is hurt America. That's all this is fucking going to do. Genius Donald Trump with the art of the deal. If you treat your friends like shit, they're going to go find new friends. They're not going to be your friends anymore. This isn't hard to understand. And there are some protests popping up all across the country. These union workers took over a Utah State House to make their voices heard. Unfortunately, a lot of you in there voted for this bullshit, so maybe you should just shut the fuck up. The rest of you, fine. But you knew what you were getting. You knew who was the stake before you let him in. So zip it, eat your cat food, and die, idiots. And anti-Trump and Project 2025 protests are unfolding across the United States, with thousands of protesters gathered in Minnesota and chanting "Deport Musk" and "Fuck Donald Trump."
Elon Musk bullshit, whatever, from taking away my boyfriend's fucking rights. Deport Musk! Deport Musk!
So at least some people out there are trying to stand up against it, although this is, useless. They're not listening. They don't give a shit. All they're going to do is take your name and probably put you in the rape camps. That'd be my guess. Not to scare you. But they're trying, God love them. On the state level, at least, some of the Democrats are getting up on their houses and they're speaking out, like Senator Josh McLaurin.
Are you guys watching this?
I am, unfortunately.
We have a private takeover of the federal government that is being labeled reform. It is clearly in violation of a number of federal laws,
all of them,
at the very least of which is records retention, that a lot of websites that are being unilaterally taken down public data sets at the CDC that were unavailable for, like a CDC employee had to go out of bounds and upload those to a drive online just so there would be access to them. We have people who haven't gone through security clearances who are using Gmail addresses to join top-level OPM meetings. This is an effing circus. And I guess, sorry, that's all the time that the guest has. That's all the time we have this morning for Trump Morning News. As always, we remind you, your state legislators, you can't do anything directly about this, and there's nothing the Republican Party could have done in the last 20 years. Oh, and by the way, Musk did a Hitler salute on stage. Mr. President, I yield the well.
Yeah, but nobody gives a shit. A lot of Democrats talking, but none of them have the power to do anything, folks. And this is how ridiculous conservatives are. Hey, look at this. Studley, top-level genetics alpha male. Calling people cucks, folks. This is White House Communications Director Stephen Chung, dough bitch. So embarrassing. These are representatives. Tim Walz says, Elon Musk is a terrible president. And Stephen Chung, Tim Walz is a cuck. Imagine being 100 or however old this guy is, working in the government in a respected position and calling people cucks on social media. But this is what we are as a country, folks. One embarrassment after the fucking other. Then the Trump administration has warned more than 1,100 Environmental Protection Agency's employees who work on climate change, reducing air pollution, enforcing environmental laws, and other programs that they can be fired at any time. Yay! Accelerating global warming. The exact opposite of everything we're supposed to be doing. We just said, fuck it. We're just going to be as bad as we can possibly be, destroyed as quick as possible. Okay, good. I guess it's accelerationism. So fine. This country doesn't deserve to exist. So, I guess whatever happens to make it burn down faster, good. And then it was reported that RFK Jr. paid $1 million to settle sex lawsuits. So, hey, that seems bad, but at least that means there's no way they're going to vote him in as the Secretary of Health. I'm just kidding. Of course, yeah, the Democrats are voting for him too, folks. Here's U.S. Senator Bill Cassidy. Yay, Bill is voting for him. Super brave Bill voting for RFK Jr. to be health secretary. He has no experience. He's not a doctor. Literally brainworms. Going to be in charge of our health care. Doesn't believe in vaccines. In charge of our health care. And Democrats aren't going to fucking save you. Breaking. Senate panel advances RFK's nomination. Now it's going to be voted on in the other house. But it looks very likely he is going to be confirmed, folks.